Hey guys, what's up? How ya doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about My Hero Academia, which is on Season 6, on Episode 24, or Episode 137 of the overall total number of episodes. This episode right here was very nicely done, depending on your situation or what you were expecting, they actually did a very good job for me, in my opinion. Depends on the situation, what you are expecting, because sometimes, certain adaptations meet very high standards depending on how the voice acting is nicely done and how the scene is choreographed. You get the idea. Y'all get the idea. So yeah, by all means, let's just get this started. We had to Class 1A talks. We get to see a flashback where Class 1A talks to Nezu, and Nezu's like, okay, you could bring Midoriya Izuku back. Actually, we're going to start this new UA security barrier that could actually help out and stretch out to Shiketsu and many other hero schools, And it's very and we have to it. The explanation is kind of complicated for me to put it, but all I know is, it's pretty much, I guess, a good safety guarantee. Should it sense any detect of danger or vibration or something, they will literally activate right away on the shelters that people are living in right now, etc. You get the idea, and so forth. All I know is it costs a lot of million yen, and I hope over hundreds, if not hundreds, millions of the yen, if anything, to get this off, because all things considered, it's almost on par with Tartarus, but we have to understand that Tartarus has been broken into by Shigaraki, but at the same time, it was also destroyed by All For One that is within the jail system as well. You guys get the idea. But that aside, as the episode continues on, we see to it that that after the explanation of the system, this is where they come into play, where Nezu it takes one extra step to get people to understand, because fear makes people do a lot of crazy things, and this is where it comes into. We have to it that these people that's living and sheltering in UA for safety do not want Midoriya Izuku there, saying hey, why is this kid here? This guy has one for all, right? Has a power here. He'll be a target by Shigaraki, and Shigaraki will come here, kind of thing. And it's very understandable that they are scared for their lives. Even Best Genius was trying to get them to understand that they tried to use Izuku Midoriya as bait. However, things are not going progressively very well, and that he's wearing himself down, and we've been doing that for many weeks in a row. We ask that you let him rest here and and let him recuperate, let him recover, so he can go back into action and get ready to fight against the enemies again, And it is very understandable, because at this point, even the heroes Class 1A knows that Deku will keep fighting to the bitter end, and that never take himself into any account, kind of thing, and so forth. And however, one of the citizens actually tells him, "What are you asking us to bear the burden again by letting someone else here? I mean, all this chaos is happening because you guys couldn't stop them in time. Are you freaking kidding me? Don't screw with me, Fusakana," kind of thing, And this really gets Izuku to really get really scared, because they are really screaming and etc. And comparing to the manga, Danger Sense will be actually overloading very badly. Too bad the anime, which I don't know why, seriously, what the heck's wrong with you guys? That's one of the simple criticisms, I could have. Forgive me, I'm very sorry. That didn't show Danger Sense overloading his his head or brain, etc. But Ochako will later on take the megaphone from President Mike, jumps to the sky and jumps onto the very top of the UA building and makes a speech asking them, we're the ones that brought him back, and he has a special power, but please look at him, The villains are targeting him because he has a power that could stop him, and that we brought him back because he needs to recuperate. Look at him. He left because he was concerned for you guys, and he kept fighting to the very end, One of the citizens really do not want Izuku Midoriya here, which is very understandable. It's very, very understandable. I get it, Everyone's scared for their lives here and there, and they don't want to be in danger because they have a ticking time bomb, however you want to call it, that could blow them to hell or make them enter the afterlife. And then as Ochako makes her speech, I was actually tearing up very badly. It was very emotional for me, not just for me, and I'm pretty sure it might have been emotional for everybody, depending on how you guys look at it, or depending on how you seen many scenes here and there, scenes everywhere and here and there, that kind of thing. As the episode continues on, we have to it that Ochako makes a speech asking everyone for their assistance and help. Although Midoriya may have a special power, but that doesn't mean he's a special person. He's just a high school kid like me that has a lot to learn, and every other Bakugo tells Izuku, hey man, if there's something you can't really clean up against, we'll clean it up for you, kind of thing, that kind of stuff. And it's very emotional at this point for me, because everyone is scared. Midoriya Izuku is doing all he can to stop these guys from causing any further mayhem or chaos, and trying to get a close edge, or close get enough information to stop the League of the villains, All for One and Shigaraki, and so forth. And like I said, and repeating myself, I'm very sorry. Everyone's scared for their lives, because Japan's lawless, and they don't want something that could endanger them, and obviously from the get-go. Even when Genus and everyone else trying to convince them otherwise, they still won't listen, and Ochako makes a speech asking them to lend a hand, as this is his Hero Academia, his home, kind of thing. And then that's when, when Izuku's freaking teared up hard, oh my gosh, man. I expected him to wail and cry and out of relief and exhaustion, kind of thing, etc. But yeah, we later on see the mutant girl who shows up and decides to support him. Even Kota, Kota. We all know that guy. Kota has been very guy who hated heroes. I'm pretty sure if Izuku did not save him, kind of thing, he would possibly be against Izuku as well, even though he just met him. But because Midoriya saved his life, he wants to support and help him out, and yeah, we had to. Kota tells Izuku or Deku not to worry because I'm here, kind of thing, Even the mutant girl talks to him for a bit and tells him I've been trying to go to shelters here and there, but they don't accept heteromorphs. And this is this is also going to be a topic as well, even though it'll be mentioned about it later, minor spoiler by the way ahead, or it's been mentioned about it already, many episodes or many seasons back. We have to it that the mutant girl and the boy Kota gives Izuku their support. And there was a man that he may not be too recognizable, but we saw him at the very beginning of season 1 of Hero Academia. If you guys remember this guy who talked to Izuku when he was in middle school saying, hey, you want to become a hero, kind of thing? He shows up in this episode and tries to get everyone to calm down, because he understands why they are acting this way. It's understandable. He tells them that we're just an audience who enjoys seeing the heroes do their job. But look what's happening right now. That stage is destroyed. Those who are left behind and decide to continue the fight, those are the people we have left. If we keep doing this as we all know, we won't be able to have anything anymore. Those who actually are still fighting right now are really starting to give their all, etc., and it's very, very sad and understandable. Like I said, repeating myself over and over again, please forgive me. But this man also tries to convince everyone, without any complicated detail, let's all give our support right now, because this guy's not going to stay here forever. No, that's not going to happen. He's not like that. I'm pretty sure of that. If he's been fighting all this time, at least we got to let him give the rest he needs to go out there and fight at full power once again. Because if the villains get their advantage and fight, and he's fighting them at, let's see here, 1% strength, it's guaranteed game over. And that is the truth, because the main group of villains, which we all know, All for One, Shigaraki, and the others that we could name, that's on the run, or is in hiding right now, they ain't gonna show up, man. They ain't gonna show up. That is the 100% truth, etc. So, yeah, the boy, or the teenager, or civilian, however you want to call him, who apparently did not want Izuku here, actually tells everyone that he read some rumors about, someone who has a lot of quirks, but he's actually fighting himself to exhaustion to become as a real true hero. He therefore asks Izuku a question: if you resting here help you out, would we be able to get our lives back the way it is? And Izuku proclaims that he's not alone anymore and that we're taking it all back. And this boy who criticized and did not want Izuku here decides to go out there and give him his support as well. By that time, we see Endeavor and Shoto look at Izuku, seeing how everything is united in place right now for the time being. Even right now, Shoto reminds Endeavor that they're going to do this together kind of thing, and so forth. And we had Aizawa and Nezu talk with each other about the situation with Kurogiri after talking about Class 1A and her speech, etc. And we had that All Might, on the other hand, decides to go to a certain location, and then we see Stain watching from afar, looking at that car whatsoever, And preview next episode, I believe that has to be the final one before, before season 6 comes to an end, that kind of thing. Anyways, it was a pretty emotional episode, depending on how you take it, how you perceive it, and how many scenes you've seen that could get your emotions moving kind of thing. It was a pretty nice episode for me. Although I do have some criticisms here and there that they could have done a little bit better when it comes to the crowd yelling and screaming at Izuku, because like I said, just a simple criticism, maybe something more, forgive me, I'm just like that. Maybe like everyone else, that danger sense should have overloaded a bit on Izuku's mind, or Izuku's body at that point. But it wasn't really detailed, maybe because they didn't have enough money or whatever situation they didn't decide to put it into. But whatever the situation is, it is what it is. But it was a pretty good episode nonetheless. Anyway, depending on the situation, how you look at it. Anyways, looking forward to looking forward to the next and final episode of Season 6 of My Hero Academia. So yeah, until then, I'll see you guys later. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Ta-ta-da!